Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Nick Energy Podcast. The Knicks are 3-0 since we last spoke. As always, I'm your co-host, John. We're on a high, and with me is my buddy, Marky. Marky, how you doing, bud?
Oh, we high as hell. Let's go. We almost ran into a bit of a trap game against the Heat, but we survived.
We did survive. You know, hey, in the NBA, there are no easy road games, and going down to Miami, a team we have a little bit of history with over the last few decades.
A little bit.
You know, it's always good to get a win there, even if it is a bit of a depleted and struggling Miami Heat team.
Mm-hmm. It was all good wins, though.
All good wins. Games. All wins are good wins. And hey, we said we thought and hoped the Knicks should go 3-0 since we last spoke, and they did. We are recording this. It is currently 4:29 Pacific time, which means Knicks and Warriors is about to tip off in the next 1 to 11 minutes or so. So we don't know how that fourth game is going to shake out, and we'll have a little bit of fun with that later. But after the last three, Marky, how you feeling about things?
I feel good. You know why I feel good, though?
Why do you feel good?
There's a certain big man that's back.
Is it Marchand Beauchamp?
How did you
Marjan Beauchamp, excuse me.
Marjan Beauchamp. Big Mitch is back, baby.
Yeah, he is.
That he seemed obviously there's going to be a little bit of easing him back in, but Mitch looks good. He had that one dunk. I want to say, was that against the Grizzlies? Where he just took the ball right to the rack. Like nobody was looking at him, expecting him to do it. And he just drove and went up and dunked.
And he's only easing back in right now. It's only going to get better from there.
Yeah. Is Beauchamp playing today? Is that happening?
I doubt it. He signed to a two-way. I don't know how much he'll play at all. But hey, we'll take the depth.
And lastly, because I'm not up on these rules, is he playoff eligible?
Yep. I think you have until the end of March to be playoff eligible, or March 15th, or there's a date. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but the buyout market is still alive and well for guys who can be on the playoff roster.
Okay, interesting. I wasn't too sure on that.
Yep. But no, we don't have to talk too much about Marjan Beauchamp, although hopefully we'll be talking about him in a few weeks when he's unexpectedly lighting the world on fire. Beauchamp's sanity is going to be a time. I can feel it already. So let's talk about how Mitch is back. Unfortunately, Cat's out for personal reasons tonight, which I definitely knew and didn't just start over and hope to edit around. But yeah, how you feeling about the return of Mitch?
I love that Mitch is back. I hate that. Huck Porty went down. It's I guess a little serendipitous that, we lose a big man, but we had one coming back anyway. But it would have been nice to have that depth. And now we have literally like an hour ago, we get the news that Cat's going to be out on the West Coast road trip for personal reasons. We hope it's not our place to speculate, what those personal reasons are, but I hope he's good. I hope his family's good. I hope, and he comes back and he's ready to play ball. And, we could get some wins even without the big guy.
Definitely want everything to be okay with Cat. Obviously, it comes at a particularly tough time because, as you mentioned, we just lost our guy, Ariel Hook-Porty, for the next 4 to 6 weeks. So we're already thin in the front court. It does allow Mitch some nice time to get back in sync with the team. Hopefully, Tibbs doesn't overblow his minutes, as we just saw, We just saw Kyrie Irving go down for the rest of the season, and a lot of people are speculating it's because of the amounts of minutes he's been playing lately. So hopefully Tibbs takes warning after that. But hopefully it's a good opportunity for Mitch to get in sync with the rest of the team. Gives Precious some more minutes, obviously.
Sure.
We'll see who, if anyone else, steps up.
Yeah, I think I know I talked to you a little bit about this, and I don't want to say it's not a conspiracy theory. It's a theory. I think the Knicks as a whole understand that they're pretty much locked into the third seed. As we stand today, if we just tread water for the rest of the season, barring anything drastic, we're not going to be the second seed and we're not going to be the fourth seed. I would like to, catch Boston, and it's not out of possibility, but I don't think. I've been talking to my one buddy since Mitch has come back. He's like, why aren't they playing Mitch with at the 5 with Cat playing the 4? And I'm like, I think they're waiting to show that you're not going to see that until like towards the end of the season. just so I think that's like an ideal lineup that they want teams to not be prepared for come playoff time. And I think it's brilliant. Like I don't, as pissed off as I am if we lose like a game, if we lose to LA on Thursday or Golden State tonight, I'll be bummed. But if it translates to us, I want a championship. I don't care if we finish in the 2nd seed or the 4th seed, whatever.
Sure.
I want it all. And if the Knicks are looking big picture like that, I'm on board. So just wanted to.
I'm with you. It's time of the season to start playing those games a bit. Obviously, a lot's been made about the Knicks' record against the top 3 teams, but because of that, you got to keep these tricks up your sleeves and only roll them out when you're really ready to execute on them. So I definitely agree with everything you're saying. I am excited to see those lineups when Cat's back and Mitch is more up to full speed and full strength. But yeah, no, I think it's an exciting time to see Mitch get reintegrated. I now think that too much has swung the other way against the Knicks in terms of if they're not among the top teams in the NBA, to the point that I'm getting really sick and tired of hearing people talk about how the Pistons are going to win the first round series against the Knicks if that ends up being the matchup. That's become a very common talking point, especially coming from certain Boston Celtics fans in NBA media. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think people are now starting to sleep on the Knicks, and especially I think people are underrating what the return of Mitch could mean. Is his health always going to be a risk and a question? Sure. But as we've been saying all season, if Mitch is healthy and this team's at full strength in the playoffs, that defense gets a lot better than what's been written about up to this point in the season.
Amen. I agree with you 100%. He is so invaluable on the defensive end and on the offensive rebounding end. People are poo-pooing oh, it's just Mitch. It's like there's a reason he's the longest tenured Knick. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
And it's yes, his name is mentioned in trades pretty much every year.
The reason he's the longest tenured Knick is because Mitch's block party was such good digital content. That just had to keep
Great content. You miss that so much.
I miss it so much.
His content is gold. I don't follow a lot of athletes. Dare I say I don't follow men. I follow a lot of sports accounts on Instagram, but Mitch is the one athlete I do follow, and his content's gold. Mitch, you got a career with content creation post your NBA career, so I love you, Mitch.
Fair. I'm kind of putting you on the spot on this question, but as we're talking about it, it kind of feels like we're there. Where, after the last few weeks, do you put the Knicks in the hierarchy of the NBA? I think we're both agreed, and most of the world is agreed, that the Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Oklahoma City Thunder are the top 3 teams in the NBA. Maybe not necessarily in that order, but then where do you put the next tier and who's in it?
We are the kings of the next tier.
Okay.
I think any decent to good team, the Knicks can beat them every night. And have showed that they can and do, but I hate saying it's until they prove it. I can't be a delusional Knicks fan and be like, nah, you know what, we could still compete with Boston. It's no, I haven't seen that at all. So I do put us as elite. We are the elite of the mediocre to good teams.
I agree. No, I think we are right there in that second level. I think they're the top 3 of the top 3. I think the next 3, especially after the trade deadline, are the Lakers, and then the Knicks and the Nuggets, just because of Jokic. I've seen a lot of people put the Nuggets kind of on a plateau of their own, and then the Lakers on a plateau of their own, and they think the Knicks are not even in the conversation at all. That seems way off base, and kind of what I was alluding to, in that the pendulum has swung too far against the Knicks now. Look, Jokic is one of, if not probably the best player on planet Earth right now, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He's just incredible, and his defense is so much improved over the last 5 years that, he's not a negative there. I mean, he probably is the best player in the NBA on any given night. That being said, the rest of the team, and I love what Russ Westbrook has become over there, but the rest of the team just it's so thin. I mean, the Knicks have pretty much blown them out the 2 times they've played them, and it sounds like people just ignore those games and just give the Denver Nuggets credit for a title they won 3 years ago, even though all the pieces of that team keep falling off of it and not being replaced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could even throw the Bucks in there too if you wanted. Like you said, Giannis is still a force.
Sure.
I think Jokic is still the premier player in the NBA. He'll seemingly, everybody ages, but he'll always be in the conversation for MVP year over year. Like there's no way, just the way he's able to dominate games. He's a freak player. That said, how do we get him?
I think that's probably an off-season move, given that the trade deadline is passed. If things don't go as planned, maybe we see Giannis in New York next year. That'd be nice, or the year after. But you never know what Giannis can do in the playoffs. But I don't know. I do think, like we said, the Knicks are kind of in that second tier with one or both of the Nuggets and Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know who you've been listening to, but to consider the Knicks frauds as if they're not, don't.
Spoiler alert! It's New York hater Bill Simmons, but yeah.
I was reading between the lines there on that. But you know what, Bill though, for as much as he's a Knicks hater, he's also, I respect his opinion. So I was a little shocked that is. Who was saying this?
He looks to knock New York in any sport, any chance he gets. He might be an NBA historian, but he finds his ways to dig the Knicks any chance he can. And it's how you know he's afraid of them as a Celtics fan.
True. Well, let's see. I mean, the Warriors are going to be another test tonight. You know what I mean, with Jimmy Buckets over there.
They are. I think that transitions us nicely. It's looking ahead at the next few games before we come back. Sure. And given that it's now 4:40, so we're probably about 10 minutes into the Knicks game. That's 7:40 for all you East Coasters. So we haven't watched any of it, and now we're going to play a fun game. As you probably know, if you're listening to this full episode, we put clips on social the day after. And whenever we record on nights where there's games, the clips obviously can't address the game because we haven't watched it yet, although the episode comes out after that game airs. So we right now, before we talk about the next 4 games in total, we're going to try to come up with two takes each. One if the Knicks win, one if the Warriors win each, that we could see if we could run on social tomorrow as if it is a genuine reaction to the game that is happening right now. Marky, what do you want to do? You want to do 1-1-1-1? You want to pick which one you want to do first? What are you thinking?
Yeah, do 1-1-1-1. We'll rotate. You start.
All right, I'll start. And this is if the Warriors win and the Knicks lose. Marky, I can't believe what we just witnessed. Jimmy Butler has made the Warriors better than they ever were with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. Crazy. And it's really not even close. The Jimmy Butler-Steph duo might be the greatest pairing in NBA history. Better than Jordan and Scottie, better than Shaq and Kobe, better than Jason Kidd and Richard Jefferson. I just don't see any way the Warriors don't win another title this year with what we just saw. And the Knicks have a lot of work ahead of them if they want to get back into the talk of being an NBA contender.
Bravo. That was great.
All right. How do you think?
Was great. That was great. That was great. You're going to love mine.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
John, I cannot believe the game we just witnessed. Can you believe we drafted him in the first round how many years ago? And just for him to put 34 points on our heads tonight? Kevin Knox II. Who are you? Why? How? And he hits the game winner. It's mind-boggling to me that the Knicks, A, lost this game, and B, lost it to, was he a Phil Jackson pick? I feel like he was.
Let's just say he was. Why not?
Let's say he was a Phil Jackson pick. Kevin Knox, screw you. Enjoy Golden State. I'm happy for you, I guess, but damn it.
Perfect. If the Knicks lose at the hands of Kevin Knox going off in the Garden, we're covered for tomorrow.
Oh, my God. That one's so wild that if it did, it'd be like, holy shit.
I might just run that for people to be like, what is going on in this podcast?
All right. He'll choose through a tree mid-game.
Here's my Knicks win take. Marky, I knew it, buddy. I knew it. Mitch was that knight in shining armor we've been waiting for. He's back, and the Knicks are absolutely NBA title contenders again. 11 blocks, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Where did those 6 assists come from? He almost had a quadruple-double. I still can't believe he had a triple-double in those 3 categories. I mean, one way to make sure you don't feel the absence of Cat right now is for Mitch to have a game like that. And against the Warriors, no less, who are surging after the Jimmy Buckets trade. I think that was a big statement win from the Knicks, and this last month and a half of the regular season and into the playoffs is going to be a fun time for us Knicks fans. What do you think?
Good. That was pretty good.
I was going to go quad double, and as it was coming out, I was like, there's no way Mitch could ever have 10 assists in a game. Let me dial that back.
You're like, yeah. I wonder what Mitch's career high in assists is.
Let's find out. That's probably
a fun fact. Little fact, but all right. All right. I gotta get in the zone for this one.
Let's go. I can't wait to hear it.
Dude, that was a great win, and really, I don't know what the repercussions are of this, and honestly, this isn't Draymond Green's first infraction with fighting, so I'm curious how this is all going to play out. But Cam Payne is a New York Knick forever for throwing fists with him. He didn't take any bullshit. I think it sparked the bench. I think it sparked the whole team. That was amazing. I don't know what kind of suspension is going to be levered down or if it's just fines or whatever. But Cam Payne going at it with Draymond and hitting him square in the chin where he did the and he couldn't it hurt so bad. Draymond got punked. It was great. Knicks win. Great start to well, we're not on the road yet, but they're about to go on like a 5-game road trip. So beat up on the Warriors figuratively and literally.
I hate to admit this on a podcast, but I was struggling to keep track of everything that was going on during that fight because it was such complete pandemonium. How many total players were ejected again?
It was just the 2 of them. I think Kevon
no teammates
Looney,
or fans or anybody like that?
No, Kevon Looney kind of got into it with Josh Hart a little bit too on the side. If you saw any of that, they didn't get ejected. And then I saw Kevin Knox and Precious Achiuwa. They actually hugged and kissed each other on the cheeks to show that like old Italian men.
Sure,
like,
sure.
We're good.
But on that old Italian man note, didn't they show the guy from the Yankee game who grabbed the ball out of Mookie Betts' glove getting tossed because he got into the fight too?
He did get into the fight. That's right. Because little known fact about that guy. He is banned from Yankee Stadium, as we all know, but he's James Dolan's second cousin. So he gets good seats at the Garden, and he's not banned from there. So, I think he was trying to grab a basketball out of Moses Moody's hand.
I actually heard he's joining the band, and they're changing the name of the band to JD and the Foul Shot. So yeah.
Hey. Oh. Speaking of, he's about to be on the next Roommates pod.
Yes, he is. I saw that. All right, yeah. I like these fake takes. I don't think any of them will work, but wow, I hope one of them does.
Hey, if one of them hits, it's kind of like making a crazy roulette bet when you go to the casino. It's like,
yep, putting everything on one very specific number.
Yes.
All right, but now let's take a serious look at the 4 games ahead of us. Obviously, as we've discussed, tonight versus the Warriors. Thursday and Friday, the New York Knickerbockers are in my current town of Los Angeles, California. And I might be trying to go to one or both of those games.
Nice.
Just one, the Lakers, and I probably can't afford it. But I am trying. So hopefully I get to see the Knicks in person this week.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'd be stoked for you.
And then Monday in Sacramento against the Kings, the future home of the Oakland Athletics, former Oakland Athletics. So Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, Kings. Surprisingly enough, the Warriors is home in New York just before this West Coast swing. It's a little West Coast warm-up, I guess.
Yeah, it keeps screwing me up.
What do you think of the next 4? How do you want it to shake out?
Honestly, I can see. I think the Lakers. It's gonna kind of be not a revenge game, but I think we're gonna beat the Lakers. Warriors. I think we win tonight too at home. I know you were worried last week. We talked about Steph having a big game. Even with that, I don't know. I think the Knicks are better than the Warriors, even with Jimmy and Steph and everything. Cat not being there, I don't know. And who else do they have? Clippers.
Clippers and Kings.
Win and
the 4 California teams everywhere Ben Simmons wanted to play for, and now he does play. Now he does play for one of them. So
Yeah, I mean Clippers and Kings. I don't know. With Cat, I honestly would have been brazen to say I think we go 4-0. I think without Cat, I think it's 3-1, and I don't know which game we lose. We could win all 4, and we could lose all 4. Like to any given team. I think so. Yeah,
fair. I think the Knicks need to go 3-1. I will accept a loss either tonight or Thursday against the Lakers, Warriors or Lakers. I'll accept a loss for one of those teams. Mm-hmm. We were talking about tiers. I meant to say that I think the Warriors are now legitimate contenders again with the Jimmy Butler trade. You can see the effect it's having already. They're not a team I would want to face in a 7-game series in the playoffs now. So yeah, I think the Warriors or Lakers, you got to split those two. You really have to. And then you got to do your business against the Clippers and Kings. I know the Clippers is on the second night of a back-to-back. The new, for this year, dual arena LA back-to-back, now that the Clippers are right into it. But yeah, you gotta. I know we're talking about taking the foot off the gas, given injuries and getting ready for the playoffs. But I think you got to go 3-1, even if you are taking the foot off the gas, to make sure you don't fall.
Yeah,
like crazy
I agree. 3-1 is probably what's going to happen. I don't see us losing to the Clippers or Kings. But again, if they did, I wouldn't be shocked.
Same.
Losing one.
Well, on that note, we're looking at a hopefully 3-1 week before we come back next week, and we'll be sure to see how we did then. Now it is time for our favorite segment of the week, Josh Hart Triple Double Watch. Unfortunately, our guy Josh Hart is still stuck at 7, and we still believe he's going to get to 10 before the season's out with 22 games left.
Mm-hmm. I think he's got it.
I did too, and then I think the NBA is going to realize that Josh Hart should have been an All-Star and overcompensate by giving him the MVP award.
The
Delusional Knicks fans,
award.
baby. Delusional Knicks fans.
Let's go. Let's go. 6th man of the year, Deuce McBride, who doesn't play that many minutes.
No.
Compared to other guys.
Or does so consistently game to game.
Yes. That's
all right. Last segment of the week before we get out of here and go watch this Warriors game. It's a quick one for y'all because we wanna watch this game. Walt Clyde Milchick. What do you got on the Severance front for the week?
I didn't. Normally, I listen to a podcast and I watch a YouTube guy break down each episode. I didn't do that this week. I thought this episode was super compelling. Spoiler alert, by the way. Getting the backstory of Gemma?
Yeah, Gemma, a.k.a. Miss Casey.
Okay. I wanted to call her Miss Casey because that's how, But Mark and Gemma, seeing their backstory, I thought it was a really emotional episode. Yeah, I thought it was great. It's just adding so many layers to this show and story. It's so well done. It's freaking awesome. Thank you, Ben Stiller, for helping create this thing.
Yeah, seriously. And also good work at the Oscars on Sunday. I'm glad you were paying attention to the Knicks story.
Bro, he's a real one. That when I saw that, I was like, yo. People are like, bro, you're at the Oscars.
So good. So good.
Oh, yo, shout out, my man.
I also heard that apparently on this episode, because he didn't direct it, that the director kind of enlisted him as an extra cameraman, and he was just like running around the set shooting on I think it was like a 16mm film camera, like one of those cranks. So yes. That's kind of fun and cool.
So I didn't know that, but I did know this from watching the end of the episode when they talked to the actors and Ben Stiller and whatnot. The person who directed this episode was the you're in this world, not me, but it's the director of photography or director of cinema, somebody that's in charge of normally in charge of
DP, director of photography.
Yeah, I guess, but she was the one that actually directed it, and that's why this episode had so many beautiful shots and different angles that you didn't see a lot before.
Sure.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I wish I remembered her title. I literally talked about it earlier this afternoon. I forgot, but yeah, director of something. Whatever.
Probably director of photography.
DP. Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, that's what a DP is.
Yeah.
The primary camera person for basic explanation.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I learned something.
All right. I think that kind of wraps things up for this week. Is there anything else you wanted to get into or discuss?
No, I just want to go watch these Knickerbockers hopefully beat up on the Golden State Warriors, and I just peeked at the score. So yeah.
All right. Let's do it, and let's see if any of our hot takes and pre-action. I'm making up a word. Our pre-actions. Let's see if any of our hot take pre-actions stick.
We can, and if we hit on that, we could trademark pre-action.
We could. We'll be like Phil Jackson in the three-peat.
That's right. I hate Phil Jackson. All right.
I meant Pat Riley, so you know.
Oh yeah, no, it's Pat Riley. I also love that, and I don't watch every Heat game, but they sure as shit make sure they always show Pat Riley at critical moments during a Knick Heat game. Like when the Knicks took the lead late in the game, they showed Pat Riley right after that to see what his reaction.
How about Pat Riley winning the Oscar for best lead acting performance?
Dude, that was a great cast for Winning Time. Is that the joke you're making?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was good.
It was a good cast. It's a shame the second season of the show was so mid.
I know. You know, I was moving down to Maryland when the second season was happening, and I watched like the first 3 episodes, and everybody told me how the second season was dog poo-poo, and I just never went back and watched it. So I don't know how Winning Time ends.
I think I did see the ending, so I do know that, but I definitely don't think I ever watched the second season. But if we're talking about Winning Time, that probably means it's time to wrap up and go watch the Knicks.
Let's get out of here.
The Knicks Winning Time, you know? Hey,
yo. All right, everybody.
All right, everyone.
I'm John Kolnoski.
Be sure to like, subscribe, follow Big Nick Energy, Instagram, Twitter. Comment on the YouTube. We'll be in the comments on Instagram and YouTube where we can talking. Tell us what you think about what we said here today. We'll be there chatting it up with you. As always, I'm John Kolnoski. Marky, what do you have to say to the people?
Stay classy, San Diego. Carmen San Diego.
She's a real one, too.
She is.
All right. Peace.
Bye, everybody.